So bonjour tout le monde. Good morning, everyone. My name is Antoine Baillargeon, and I'm the program coordinator here at the Ottawa branch. I'd like to begin by recognizing that the Ottawa branch is located on the unceded territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe Nation. We extend our respect to all First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people for their valuable past, present, and future contributions to this land and our country. On behalf of the branch, I'm pleased to welcome you to today's webinar with the Relocation Services Group, one of our National Association preferred partners. I want to welcome our presenter, Carl Nabein, a former multi-franchisee of a major Canadian moving company and a real estate broker and owner for 25 years. Carl will be discussing the ins and outs of moving and relocating, special discounts and offers available for NAFR members, and how Relocation Services Group can help with the coordination of your move. I want to give a special welcome here to anyone who is not yet a member of the association. We hope that these webinars will inspire you to join us. And to our existing members, we hope that these webinars will encourage you to maintain your membership. We'll be answering questions at the end of the presentation, so if you have any questions for Carl, please type them in the Q&A box. That's all for me, so I'll pass it over to Carl. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Antoine. Bonjour, and good morning, everyone. First, I want to thank you for having Relocation Services Group to be presenting here by Zoom this morning. We're the Federal Retirees exclusive partner for relocation services, including moving and real estate for 19 years now. And I've just got a presentation here that I'll go through. It's fairly short and covers the main basis, and then I'd be happy to answer any questions for there. It says here 18 years, but this is from a few months ago last year, so it's actually 19 years now. Time really flies. What is Relocation Services Group? We get this question a lot. Well, Relocation Services Group, it's an innovative relocation firm offering over 65 years of insider industry experience. We're Canada's leading organization for managing relocations for many organizations and associations. We provide one-call access to savings as well as the best of service from all real estate companies and major van lines in North America and around the world. Our features and benefits include we assist you with real estate coordination and consultation with home valuations, as well as with purchases. We also include household goods moving. We do the complete move coordination and management, alleviating a lot of the stress with moving. Additional savings are also provided while you're getting some of the best consulting, if not the best consulting in the country. At no charge to you, you can save money on real estate with a cashback reward, which I'll explain later. And we also, with any moves, we can get you we do auditing of every move before the billing is processed. You don't pay the mover at the doorstop, and I'll go into that as well. We bill you directly, you don't pay the mover. Why not just call a moving company directly? Okay, we have over 65 years of experience, myself being a multi-franchisee within the moving industry for over 20 years and top 10 performer in there. We have a lot of insight, and there's a lot of rogue movers out there and people can be taken advantage of, and we try and share our knowledge and experience with you as well as protect you from not only being taken advantage of or unexpected items, but also to make sure that you're only paying for what you should be, as well as getting the best of service in the industry. There's no cost to you for this, but when you call a moving company, they award the sales call to a salesperson and they pay them a commission. With RSG, how we make our money, there's no pushy salesperson or lowballing to pressure you. In lieu of a sales commission, we receive a booking commission from whatever moving company we place the move with. So there's no added cost to you. We only work with the top carriers and the national carriers in the country for your safety and security, whether it's locally or long distance. Based on our annual volumes, we have preferred pricing from the major carriers. In addition, we can also provide you with guaranteed pricing within 10%. For a move, thereby eliminating any unnecessary price fluctuations. Once your move takes place, normally you would make payment to the driver as he's standing at your door demanding payment when they release your goods. This can be where confrontation or difficulty often extends. With RSG, Payment is made after the move, usually about 3 to 4 weeks afterwards. You get a bit of a payment vacation, and only after we've received the paperwork and we've done a complete audit of all the paperwork to ensure there's no errors or overcharges. And in the event that something isn't quite right, just let us know. We'll discuss it with you, and then we'll also act on your behalf, making that less stressful for you and make sure that you're treated properly and fairly and pay only for what you should. So in the summary, you avoid the potential pitfalls of moving. We use the most reliable and highly rated movers in the industry. It's one thing to save a couple $100 here or there, but if you have a bad move or things don't go as planned, you'll soon forget the few dollars that you saved with the poor service that you received. So our goal is to get you the best of carriers and be through the entire process with you. And if there's any issues, we will act on your behalf as an ombudsman. We provide guaranteed pricing on most long distance moves. The only exceptions would be if you weren't sure what you were moving or that they couldn't perform a visual survey of what's in your home. We also make the movers go on to avoid any lowballing or potential manipulation. When they go through your home, they do something called a table of measurements or a cube sheet. It's basically an itemized list of everything that's in your home that's going to be moved. If it errs, it tends to err on the high side, but we make them use that so that they can't lowball an estimate, making it sound like there's less weight than there actually is, only so that they can charge you more in the end. And as a result, approximately 90% of our long distance move go less than what we estimate. There's also, because we're auditing the charges, it takes away the potential opportunity for a carrier to manipulate or falsify charges, which unfortunately it does happen in the industry. There's a lot of good carriers out there as well, but they know we're going to be auditing and what we know to look for. There's also no charge to you for the coordination of our services. As mentioned, we receive a booking commission in lieu of the sales commission. So the difference is we're working for you, the customer, not for the moving company. We'll do a post-move audit of all the paperwork to ensure that everything's right, that there's no errors or overcharges. Also, in the unlikely event that there's a claim or some damage, we'll act on your behalf to assist you with getting that resolved fairly and amicably. And again, due to the volume of moves that we do with the van lines, they make sure to treat our members well, that their claims are settled on a timely basis and fairly, and rather than hiding behind excuses or whatever. You don't pay the mover. This is probably one of the things people like the best. They're not pressured into paying the mover at the doorstop. You don't know if the charges are right. You don't have the moving tariffs. You don't have all the paperwork to review, and it's complicated, all their surcharges and things like that. So with us, you pay after the move, and as I mentioned, about a month after the move before we receive the paperwork, because we're treated as a corporate account of the van line, so they're not in a rush to get paperwork to us. So it gives you a bit of a vacation. Then we thoroughly audit everything before pricing, before the billing is processed. The other part of our service is real estate. We have an in-house referring real estate brokerage, and here's the how it works. We've basically built our database largely from federal retirees who've recommended the best realtors in their areas that they'd like to work with, and we've had good proven experience with them, and they will do they'll do just about anything to make sure that our clients are happy. We also have some federal retirees across the country that when they retire, they also get into real estate. We're happy to work with those as well. You can also, if you have someone that you really would like to work with, we can contact the realtor and set that up for you as well, as long as they're agreeable with it. But the benefit is, yes, it may cost them a referral to our real estate brokerage, which is how we generate our revenue that we share back with you. But if they get future referrals from us, they benefit considerably. It might cost them a few grand from a referral, but if they make 5 or 10 times that on the next referral that they get, they're doing much better. So it works as a win-win-win for everyone, the realtor, yourself, and also for the federal retirees and relocation services. Our experience, RSG has a roster of award-winning agents, including certified relocation specialists. Our recommended agents are familiar in the areas that you're considering, and they'll provide you with neighborhood information about the community. The agent will make appointments on your behalf on a purchase, as well as take you to showings, negotiate for you, and to find the right home. The relocation consultants make special efforts to provide you and your family support and assistance during and after the relocation. The goal of this service is to ease the transition to a new home and community through referral of a top agent who will help you find the right home in the right area for the right price. The nice thing with this is that the people that are listing the home that you're going to be buying, they're the ones that are paying the real estate commissions, not you. But because we set you up with a realtor that helps you find the home, does all the legwork, takes you to the appointments, negotiates, you get that added service, but you also can receive a cash back on the purchase of the home. Again, I'll explain how the cash back works in a moment. Freedom, once the real estate agent is set up, you're free to negotiate with the agent, commissions, and the agent will provide you with a complimentary market analysis based on similar homes in the area that recently sold, as well as to assist you in establishing a listing price that can bring maximum value for a sale of your home. We're fully transparent in that we don't set the commission rates. You deal with the realtor there, so you see that we're not adding on to it or whatever. So that's added transparency for you and an additional benefit. As a seller or buyer, and as an RSG or Relocation Services Group client, you qualify to receive a cashback reward on either the sale or purchase or both. So the summary of the benefits here is you choose an agent, or we assign you one of the ones that we know that you're going to be happy with. And if for some reason there was a reason we didn't want to deal with the agent, or you didn't feel they were right for you, just let us know, and we'll even make that part of it easier for you. We'll contact them and tell them you'd prefer to work with someone else. You negotiate your own rates, and you qualify for cash rebate whether buying or selling. What is the cashback program? You can receive a real estate commission based on your home sale and or purchase price. A cash rebate of up to $3.10 per $1,000 is paid for each real estate transaction initiated by Relocation Services Group, referring real estate brokerage. I'll use the real estate supply to a real estate purchase and or sale. So let's just, for round numbers, say $1 million home, that you could get about $3,100 back in cash after the closing. And if you're purchasing a similar home, you could get another $3,100 back, or $6,200, just from using the federal retirees program. And you're dealing with the best of realtors in the industry, not just a discount broker or a realtor that's you're dealing with the top quality producers out there. So it's a win-win. The nice thing too is that family members qualify. All we need to know is who's referring us, that you're a federal retiree, and we'll honor any one that you refer to us as well. And excuse me for 1 second. Sorry. We also provide, we support the federal retirees as well. So from every transaction that you do through us, you're supporting your association as well. A summary of the services are from, just going to click on some of these here. For real estate, the cash rebate program, again, you get $500, $1,000, $2,000 or more on each transaction and cash back on both the sale and the purchase. You can choose the agent, and you negotiate your own commission rate. You can also use our roster of agents, which we know you'll be happy with. We assist you with the home sale and also with home search assistance, meeting all your requirements, whether you want to be close to hospital, shopping, things like that. Also from the moving services side, we provide free moving coordination. We're your moving coach throughout, trying to help you negotiate and navigate all the challenges within moving. And moving is up there with death and divorce, and I often say sometimes that it causes the other two, but it's very stressful, and we try and help you minimize that as much as possible and be there for you to rely on as you need us throughout, and help you beforehand even troubleshoot to make sure that things go as smoothly as possible. And being the real world, problems and things do happen, and being able to resolve them amicably and fairly is very important. And that's our primary goal with you, is to make sure that you're satisfied throughout. Again, you don't pay the mover. Payment is made through Relocation Services Group after the move, and only after we've done a comprehensive audit to assure there's no errors or overcharges. And in the event of a claim, that can be emotional as well. We'll assist you as best as we can on your behalf, acting as an intermediary and on your behalf to get an amicable and fair resolution on a timely basis. So basically, we simplify the process and take the guesswork out and stress work out of relocating. Our website has been updated. We have a simplified contact form. We're fully bilingual. We have tips and downloads. There's some help you on staging your home, packing assistance, a moving checklist, and things like that can help you. They're under the frequently asked questions. We provide ongoing communication to the federal retiree head office as to the relocations and things that have happened. We have probably thousands of testimonials over the years from the federal retirees, and you may have well heard of someone using our services, and the comments are typically quite favorable. So here's some sample testimonials. I'd like to take this opportunity to let you know how pleased I was with the entire move from start to finish. The company was very professional, made sure my furniture as well as my boxes were handled with care. My furniture was protected. They made sure the installment of it went smoothly, had nothing but praise for the moving company, wouldn't hesitate to recommend relocation services to anyone that's moving. The staff went above and beyond to see that my needs were met. The other one, I can't say enough good things about relocation services. We simplified a daunting task and movers did a great job. They're professional, on time, efficient, even witty. Recommend your organization to other public servants who are moving. It was a perfect move, couldn't have been better. We confidently recommend your services and moving company to anyone. We live for these types of testimonials, and it's what makes us work. And we want everybody to be happy with our services. And if there's anything that we can do to help you or improve, we're there for you. And that's the end of this presentation. I thank you, and we look forward to being of service to the federal retirees. And Ottawa is it's the largest federal retiree branch in Canada, and we do an awful lot of volume in there. So it's a good chance you might have already heard of someone that's used our services there, but we very much value the relationship, and we'll do anything to make sure that you're completely satisfied. And also remember that your children and family members or even a friend can benefit from the services as long as we know that it's being referred by the federal retirees, because again, we support the Federal Retiree Association head office and your membership as well. And that's the end of the show, and I'm going to now stop share. Oh, hang on. Antoine, how do I go back to, is it?
Yeah, are you all good?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, everybody.
So we have some questions. So we'll be moving on to that. Our first questions: do you deal with movers in the US? So moving Canadians back from there? Yeah, you deal with movers.
Yes, we do it. We don't. Our volumes across the border have. They're not the same volume as it is going across Canada along the Trans-Canada Highway. So we don't have as competitive a pricing as we do in Canada, but we do regularly move people from Canada to the US and back as well, from Florida and places like California and such. They do have a container service that's quite good that avoids storage, and it provides guaranteed delivery dates, and it's a firm flat rate pricing. So that's one of the ways they've also been able to stay competitive in that market. But yes, we definitely will can assist. Auto shipping is also common with those moves as well.
Perfect. Here's our next question. Being ex-military, insurance damages almost always is an issue, and the bun fights with companies. I'm not sure what their question is. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I think I'll move on to the next question.
Well, I can answer the questions on that. We deal with a lot of retired military, D&D, and we have yet to have a situation that we haven't been able to amicably resolve. It's different from the when they're being moved by the federal government, the Department of National Defense tends to move typically the end of June, and they do bulk moves that totally tax the moving industry. And a lot of times there, it's a totally different tariff and process. So claims would be probably handled more differently there, and van line trying to minimize their exposure. Whereas with us, it's a totally different approach. We're a corporate account. It's not necessarily moving at the bulk move, and it's handled completely differently. And I think given the opportunity, we can demonstrate that as we have with members regularly, or even reach out to the Federal Retirees Head Office and seek them out as to our experience there.
Perfect. I've already purchased a home and will be listing my current residence within a month. I'm a federal retiree, and I wonder if these services are for anyone or just people relocating at the end of their work career.
Okay, yes, there any, as I mentioned, any federal retiree, and also if it's family or friends that they know will be relocating, as long as we know where it's coming from. As I say, we pay a royalty to support the federal retirees as well. That's why we like to know where it's coming from. But yes, they can benefit. The fact that they purchased a home, they wouldn't qualify for a cash rebate on the purchase because we weren't involved in it, but we can still assist with the moving and the real estate. And the other part to that question is that our services are completely independent of each other. So some people will be asking also, if they move to an apartment or a retirement residence, will I be covered, or does it have to be long distance? Basically, any or all things that you would be interested in, we'll try and help you. And if you decide to do things on your own or otherwise or whatever, we want what's best for you and want you to be happy. So, and there's no cost or obligation to reach out and ask for our input or assistance.
Perfect. Next question. How experienced are you with moves across provinces?
I know it's 40 years of being in the industry, and I've seen pretty much everything. But yeah, absolutely. That's the bulk of the business that we do. I'd probably say about 70 or 80% of our business is across Canada.
Okay,
And yeah.
cool. How are these monies, rebate and moving costs coordinated with lawyers? Are these transactions external to lawyer role / involvement of handling monies for mortgage payouts and payments?
That's a good question. With the real estate, we don't get involved with the lawyers across the country because, I mean, there's just too many of them. There's not like one major firm that does the bulk of them. So what we do recommend, and there's no cost to doing this, when we set you up with the real estate agent, they will know firsthand the best lawyers that they deal with. And also they tend to have preferred pricing because they do ongoing business with them. So when you list the home or you're looking to buy, ask them the realtor who the lawyer would be that they deal with, and they'll assist with all of the financial transactions as well as the any advice and costs on the sales and purchases. And that's independent of the real estate and the moving that we deal with.
Okay. This next isn't a question, but they're saying they're very interested and they'd like some contact information. So we send a follow-up email. So I was wondering if we'd be able to put some contact information in that email.
Yeah, absolutely. I can provide you whatever you need. They can also go to relocationservicesgroup.com. And I think there's the federal, I think it might be / you'll have that in the email, I think, that you distributed, but we can also include whatever information for direct contact as well.
That's perfect. Yeah, we'll put both of those in the follow-up email that will be sent later today.
Sure.
Who pays the cash back?
That comes, okay, that's a good question. We're, in order to trade in real estate, we have a licensed in-house real estate brokerage. I'm the broker of record for that. What we do is when we contact a real estate agent, what's common in the industry is it's called a referral. So we refer the transferee or the member to that real estate agent. They agree to pay us a referral for that, which again is common in the industry. Whether you've heard about it or not, it happens. The difference with us is that we share that, we make you aware of it, and we share that referral back with you when the home closes or the purchase closes. So about a month or so after the deal closes, we receive a referral check, and then we send you out the cash rebate up to $3.10 per thousand. And that comes from our real estate brokerage.
Okay, perfect. This next question, do you deal with estate sales, or do you have any recommendation of anyone doing this?
Yes, we can certainly help with estate sales as well.
Perfect.
And they can also provide, when we hook them up with someone that they, a realtor, if something is unique or needs special handling or needs, say, like an auction for certain items in an estate sale, they can assist with that too. So we try and be flexible with whatever you need. We'll try and help you as best we can, or direct you in the right direction if we can't do it directly.
Perfect. This next question is asking for a bit of a clarification. So you mentioned no commission cost to us, yet you mentioned later in the slide about being able to negotiate the commission. Can you please clarify?
Yeah, when we unfortunately we can't override commissions. That's how the realtors work. Like when you list your home, or you I think that was more on the purchase end, but when you list your home, you negotiate with the realtor, you meet with them, discuss commissions, they'll do a comparative market analysis, and then you're free to work that directly with them. We don't have an established commission rate that you'll be paying or inflate it so that it looks like you're getting money back that you're not really saving. So that's complete transparency from our end. Out of that, we receive a referral down the road, which, as I mentioned, then we share back with you later so that you benefit there in addition to working with the top realtor and get money you wouldn't receive otherwise. On a purchase, you're not paying commission. The person listing the home for sale is, just as if you were listing your own home. But because we're setting you up with a buyer agent or a real estate agent that helps you with the purchase, they work on a portion of the commissions on the home purchase, and that's how the revenue is generated. We receive a referral for that as well, and then we share that back with the member. But the member in that case is not paying the commission on the home sale, their home purchase, because the person listing it is.
Okay, thanks for clarifying. This next question, moving locally, not long distance. Will probably need my household effects stored until my new home is ready. It is under construction at this time. Can movers be hired to remove household items, then place in storage, then move into the new home?
Yes, absolutely. Excuse me. Local moves are done on an hourly basis. Long distance moves are done based on weight and mileage. On a local move, again, will be done hourly, and there's two ways they can deal with storage. Some people will want to choose a self-store facility. The obstacles there is that having furniture, blankets, and insurance and protection there, but a lot of people do use self-storage. We can move you into the self-storage as one part of the move, or you can go with the movers storage in where they blanket wrap everything, put it into wooden furniture vaults, which help control the humidity and protect it from any damage while it's in storage. And you can also get insurance or cargo protection coverage while it's in storage. And the rates on that are fairly competitive, probably not quite as competitive as a self-store, but we can accommodate either one of those. And when the move out is, you just need to let us know and we'll schedule a pickup or loading of your shipment, whether it's from the mover storage or from your self-storage, and arrange for delivery to your new residence from there.
Perfect. This next question is about the rebate or the cashback, but I think you've already answered it. The rate is $3.10 per $1,000, I think you said.
Yeah, it's up to that rate. If you go, like some realtors will work on a different rate, and different provinces have different commission structures. That's based on a 5% commission would be up to $3.10 per thousand. If it's a lower commission than that, it's prorated. That's all.
Okay.
That you're benefiting through lower commission at that point as well, too.
Right. We already know where we want to move, but are waiting for the right condo unit to come up for sale. At what point should we contact you for the selling moving end of things?
Not for the purchase, just for the sales, what they're asking, and move.
Yes, I think
Yeah.
that's what they're saying.
The probably the
Oh, actually, sorry. I think also for the selling.
yeah, if they're moving in the next foreseeable future, I would say to best protect themselves, to it doesn't cost anything. I would say sooner than later. For instance, like once you know where you're moving to, as I mentioned here, they're waiting for it. There's a good chance they've already spoken with a realtor or have some connection there. So it may not work on the purchase, but if that's not the case, we could help there. And we don't try and take away business from someone when there's already a connection or something as well. That's wouldn't be
Yeah,
ethical. But
they just
as far as
clarified that it's for the sale end of things.
okay, for the sale, we can definitely help and start with a comparative market analysis. And there's so much going on right now. The real estate market's actually been quite good, even though the recent statistics have said that March was slower. The tariffs have affected things, and there's an election. So it's a bit of, if I can use the terms like dog's breakfast, like there's so many balls in the air. Right now, the economy is still moving well. Homes are, some areas are selling for more than asking price. Other ones are, it's a different market. So it's all over the place, but it's still a fairly good market. We can help you with comparative market analysis so that you know what's going on in your local area and what to expect. And then you're all set up to go to list whenever you're ready to go. And that way you're sure of getting the cash rebate because everything's set up already. And likewise with the moving, once you've got your home listed, that's a good time to get an estimate for moving services. You'll have decluttered your house and gotten rid of unnecessary items that you're not intending to move. So we can give you a much more accurate estimate of what you're moving and get you a guarantee within 10%. And then all we need to know is when you have dates, we just book the dates for you when they come up. And it alleviates some of the stress at the last minute, like, oh, we got to move next week. We don't have an estimate. And it just adds extra stress that you don't have to deal with and you can avoid.
Right. And looks like we have one final question. How do you handle tips to movers?
That's a really good point. um, we actually, just personally, we moved last fall and I'd forgotten how hard it was with moving. I gave the movers a hand or whatever, but these people, they work so hard all day long and don't give up. Like in a restaurant, we give 15, 18, 20% tip and they bring a couple plates to our table. Not to downplay it in any way, it's a valued and good service, but boy, the movers, they earn their keep. And traditionally tipping hasn't always been expected. It's certainly not an obligation, but personally I think they well deserve it. One of the what I learned myself in the moving industry that was actually a really unique tip is from the Asian community. They would tip people up front, give them, 20, 50, $100 or something like that, letting them know that they're going to tip them at the end. So the service goes through the roof from there because you're doing it. They know they're being monitored and there's a good tip for them. And then it's really up to yourselves. A lot of times the movers, they bring their own food. They like to have water. Sometimes they'll be open to a meal and things like that, but it's totally up to the individual. But I think it's something that's often overlooked. I know the movers will bend over backwards for you and be so appreciative of it. And likewise, even just if we get a testimonial afterwards, we share it with them, and the van line also rewards them for it. So that makes them, they feel like they're walking on water for a few days afterwards. And, just that recognition for the hard work that they do. But yeah, it's something greatly appreciated, and but it's not obligatory in any way.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Carl. That's
Thank you.
that's all the questions. So I just have a few closing statements. So thank you everyone that's here to for your participation in today's webinar. And of course, a big thank you to Carl for today's great informative session. As I mentioned before, we will be sending out a follow-up email later today that'll contain the recording for today's session if you want to watch it back, as well as information on Relocation Services Group, like their website and some contact information. Finally, remember that you can invite non-members to attend these webinars and try us out as guests. And to register for any of our upcoming webinars, please visit our website at nafrottawa.com. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you at our next webinar. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, everyone.